fi kill us for no reason, yeah. The one fi kill us for them selfish reason, yeah.
Okay, happy Albinism Day. Whether you are a person with albinism or not, I'm saying happy Albinism Day.
Thank you.
Sure. I want us to do something before we continue. I would like us to stand and just pay a moment of silence to persons with albinism whom we have lost. You may be seated. Thank you. So we have done this to honor persons with albinism across Africa who have been killed for their body parts simply because people think that they can get rich if they use body parts of people with albinism. May their souls rest in peace.
Tanzania, Uganda, Sudan, Zimbabwe. Albino is a black man too.
So the UN in 2015 adopted this day, June 13th, as the day that was dedicated to raise awareness on albinism. This is after albinism was taking so much attention because of the issues that were happening in Africa. And from 2015, different countries started adopting this day. And we are glad that our government also adopted the day as a national event, and we have been commemorating this day for the past 3 years now. Last year, the commemoration was in Kasama. The other year, the commemoration was in Kitwe. And now this year, we're having this fourth commemoration here in Lusaka. And I must say that congratulations to all the organizations that are coming together to organize this day. The theme for this year is still standing strong. That is the international theme that many countries are running with as the Albinism Day. Of course, we acknowledge that yes, people with albinism are still standing strong, especially looking at what they are going through, the stigma, the discrimination, the killings. We have our localized theme, which is Stand Up for Albinism, Inclusion for All. Well, as countries, we have themes that affect issues with albinism, and I focus so much on education and employment. And I want to take this time to talk about that. We have seen the low levels of people with albinism going higher in education. Many of them don't complete their education because of rejection in the families, because of poverty, and also because of the stigma that happens when they go to school. So we have seen low levels. Many of them don't go far in education. This also affects their employment because if you are not educated and you don't have certain qualifications, then you are limited in what kind of employment you can have. So we have also observed that people with albinism don't go far in terms of careers. They are limited to certain careers like teaching, self-employment, telephone operator, and these careers because including farming, of course, because of their level of education. So far in Zambia, we have just recorded one medical doctor who is a person with albinism. This is Dr. Kubisha in Southern Province now. But this is not because people with albinism cannot become doctors or lawyers. It is because of one, their level of education, but also because of the limited opportunities that they have in terms of education and employment.
It's a D-Line production.
Let me use this platform to appeal to government and other stakeholders that persons with albinism should be given adequate opportunities in formal and informal employment and education. We have noted that if this is done, then it may help persons with albinism to stand on their own, to be empowered, and also to contribute positively to the national development. One of the myths that we have is that people with albinism cannot do anything. But we believe that people with albinism are like anyone else, and they can also contribute to national development. Like myself, for example, I'm a person with albinism, but using my own efforts, using my talent, I'm able to contribute to national development as a musician. I thought you clapped for me. Yeah, okay, let's go to sana. Therefore, we advocate for adequate, for increased opportunities for employment and education. We advocate for enrollment of persons with albinism in all schools, and also acceptance of persons with albinism in schools and in employment. Lastly, I want to send a message to persons with albinism on this day that even as we commemorate International Albinism Awareness Day, I want to remind you that we people with albinism, we are the most affected by global warming or climate change. We have seen the change that has happened in the weather, that now it is becoming very hot. Even in a season like this one, which is June, this is a cold season, still we are having, the weather is so much hot that we are having so much sunlight. Now the sun is one very big danger to persons with albinism, and it is the main cause of skin cancer, which most of them are prone to. We have lost so many people with albinism who have died from skin cancer because of the sun. Therefore, I want to remind parents with albinism, parents who have children with albinism, I want to remind persons with albinism, any guardian who have got children with albinism, that let's take care of our children, and let's remember to avoid the sun, because we are affected by global warming, and exposing ourselves to the sun will cause us to have skin cancer, which is a deadly disease that is killing many people with albinism. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to welcome you and thank you for having time, finding time to come and commemorate with us.
Friday alichisi, mebo nilichisi, kagelo bama, kagelo bama. Chili pege mu kutanda kuku, chili pege mu. 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 Chili kukutanda kukuchiri